Guys, before we get into this video, I recommend that you guys watch the first part where I went to London for 3 days and explored all the beautiful things London had to offer before we catch a flight from London to Amsterdam in this video, just so you guys can kind of catch up and be on the same page. Here we go with the video. All right, guys, we're here at the Gatwick Airport. I'm about to catch our flight to Amsterdam. Basically, it looks like the same airport anywhere else. Just about maybe an hour flight, tops. All right, guys, we made it here to Amsterdam. It's been about, let's see, 15 years since I've been here. Super cold here, about 10 degrees colder than London. But we're out here, we're about to go to the hotel. It's a short ride over, check in, and then start our day off. This, guys, is the view of the top Cielo bar here at my hotel. You can see all of Amsterdam from up here. Look at our badass room. Got perfect view of the city. Excuse all these bags, but look at this view. Beautiful. Our bathroom. Got a little jacuzzi, shower. Very nice. As you see, everybody here is on bikes. People on bikes here have more right of way than pedestrians and cars than anything. It's probably the biggest population of bicycles that you'll ever see anywhere. Even for me to cross the street, look at this, I gotta wait. You see kids being taken to school, people going to work. A big culture of bicycles here. Since Amsterdam is not that big, you can kind of get anywhere on your bike. You gotta watch out here when you cross the street. See? That little, this right here is what a neighborhood would look like. You got your apartments, cars here. They drive on the right side just like in America. It's not like, you know, London where I just came from, where they drive on the left side. But here they got their hotels in the bottom. Sorry, the garages in the bottom, rooms on top. This is out of every single day I've been here, probably the coldest. You can see that it's about 45 degrees maybe. It's really windy. That's what's making it worse. The wind, just if somebody has the AC on directly on your face. We're on here on the tram right now, going into the city. Alright, guys, we're here in this little coffee, not coffee, it's like a little restaurant here. And
it's like a brunch.
Like a brunch restaurant here. Check it out.
The food looks amazing though.
Yep,
When I get it, I'll let you guys know.
This place is really known for its food. I did a lot of research before coming, and they said this place is really fire, so we're about to find out. Alright, guys, I got me a cheeseburger. You gonna do a first bite on camera? So it's too hot.
A bite of like the eggs, I guess. The best.
Alright, guys, we just had a nice brunch. Walking here the streets of Amsterdam. They're playing Mark Anthony.
Next in line, please.
All right, guys, we just made it here, and we're gonna be going on a trip on the boat.
Sausages. Oh, I have to place it over there. Otherwise, they don't.
A beautiful boat.
750 years ago, the city rights, and on that days there were 500 people living here in the old city, not more. And nowadays there's approximately 900,000 people living here in Amsterdam. One of the main things in the history of Amsterdam and also in the Netherlands is that there was in the 17th century a company founded, and it's called the VOC, and that's the Verenigde Oost-Indische Compagnie. In English it says the Dutch Indian Trading Company. And the Dutch Indian Trading Company was founded exactly in the year 1700. And when they started it, they bring a lot of wealth, not only to Amsterdam, but the whole of the Netherlands. And that's why also the 17th century is called the Golden Age. Because of the 17 founders in the 17th century live and work in the Gentleman's Canal, and that's why they called it the Gentleman's Canal. But there the buildings are relatively wide, but we see them later on. This one is of course a little bit bigger. Look at the name, it's not a cheap one. But people from the inland, the farmers, sometimes wear the wooden shoes. Of course they're more little than this one, but they still walk on wooden shoes. I tried it sometimes, but for my feet it's not very good, because it's wood. This one is more than 155 years old. And they flattened it because there was a building on top of it. But the owner of the place bought a new houseboat, because you see this one is a little bit old. So this one has to go under the bridge. And then there comes a new one, and there they build it here again with a building on top of it. For 4 weeks ago there was one houseboat, and when they do the repairings on the sides, because the sides were also built on wooden poles, so also the sides must be repaired. But there was one houseboat on the sides, and he was 3 centimeters too high for the bridges.
Oh, wow.
So he can't leave the canal. So they...
Sit down, sir. Sit down.
Bridge, the relation lasts forever. But this is the most photographed item here in Amsterdam and maybe in the Netherlands. But I have a funny colleague, and he tells to the people, he is where I kissed my first wife. It's a legend. The only building you can sleep here in the middle of the Amstel River in the old city.
Hey, sir.
And you see these houses are leaning sideways forwards everywhere except for standing straight. The 5th one now is a hotel. So when you wake up in the morning, it could be that you're laying on one side in the building. And the 7th one is a little bit peculiar, where Mulligan's on it. It's now an Irish pub. And that's the only one from the 7 that's more or less standing straight.
Well, that was fun and awesome, and I learned a lot of stuff about Amsterdam and the canals. Beautiful little boat. This boat is 110 years old. This is the subway. They call it the metro here in Amsterdam. It's the best way of getting around, really. In New York, I don't get in the subway no more due to all the crime, but here, how my wife was telling me, he's like, you know that I haven't seen not one bum or anything like that? And I'm like, nope. Here, there's drugs and all that. Yeah, it's legal, but you don't see any bums out here asking for money or anything like that. On my last day, I was going on my usual early morning walk, and I see all the parents taking their kids on these little bikes, some even with covers. And I decided to say, hey, I should rent one of these and take the kids all around Amsterdam. I told the wife, she liked the idea. So here I was, not about 30-40 minutes later, with a bike. It's blinking red?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Go. It had been a little bit since the last time I rode a bike, but you know, that's one thing you never forget. As soon as you get on a bike, it all kind of comes back to you. We ended up riding all through the town. My bike was a little bit heavier, but it had an electric assistant system to it. So where I didn't have, you know, something I can accelerate and ride it like a, you know, an electric bike. But as I pedaled, the bike would assist me and would help me. Here, pretty much this city is designed for bikes, so all the signs were pretty easy. The routes, it wasn't hard at all. I was happy that I got this bike today too, because it was started to rain a little bit and the kids were able to stay dry there and not having to walk, you know, from place to place. The wife had a regular bike. I kept offering her, hey, you know, you want to get my bike, it helps you a little bit. She's like, no, I don't, you know, I'm nervous to ride with the kids. So I told her, go ahead, stay on that bike. But we were definitely out of shape, as you see here in this part. You okay? You sure you don't want to change?
I'm scared with the kids.
I trust you. So you don't have to pedal so hard because it helps you. We Americans are out of shape.
This is no joke.
Where? I seen Chanel. Yep. Alexander McQueen. Fendi.
Whoa. What?
I don't know how I ended up on this street. I literally just randomly turned on one street and it was all the name brand things, but I can't tell you I kept pedaling because I didn't want to stop here. It was going to be a very expensive stop, so I made sure to keep pedaling down this street when we got here. We made it, baby.
Huh?
We made it to the park.
Mommy, this is like a trap.
We rode through this beautiful park called Vondel Park. It's very big, full of nice green and lakes. And really the purpose was to come to this bridge to put our love lock on the bridge. After all that riding bike, me and the wife had to rehydrate, and we got a couple snacks here at this nice bakery. So these are the bathrooms for the guys. I've never seen a bathroom like this before. Basically, all the guys just stand here and just pee on that wall. And then that water comes on and washes it away. Like, look, I stand here, I have a sensor, and all the water starts coming out, and you just pee against it. And when you get off, it stops. Well guys, this right here is the famous Anne Frank house. Most of us read this book back in high school about the girl that hid from the Nazis here. It's crazy to be at the same spot over there in the attic with you. Right here in Amsterdam. Last steps here in Amsterdam. It's been real. I love how every city I've gone to, I feel like I've integrated with the people. In just 48 hours, basically, is all it takes. And I know how to get around on public transportation, eat at good restaurants. Man, food here in Amsterdam was way better than the one in London. That was the biggest surprising part. Alright guys, so this is where I'm going to end today's video. We end up catching a flight over to Spain, Madrid, where we end up doing our last leg of this Europe trip before coming back home to Miami. Hope you guys been enjoying these videos. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and the notification button, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.